Okay, good afternoon. Let's begin with the webinar. First of all, I would like to thank all of you for being here today and mention that we are recording the session so that those who are not able to attend the webinar will be able to watch it in the future. So my name is Borja Guillen. I am the account manager of the solutions department in Innova. And the objective of this session is to introduce our solution in Data Manager belonging to our suite InTools, show its functionality through a demo, and explain our site Innova Online and state why it is essential when setting up and managing our solution. Besides, we would like to mention that we have updated the solution and we have created several applications for each country. They are all available in the app stores. So now, let's provide a brief introduction of our company. Innova is one of the few Microsoft ISV development centers worldwide, and it's the only one speaking Spanish. We provide services for both finance and operations and Business Central, including our own solutions, which are supported by these ERPs. Our headquarters are established in Castellón, Spain, and also our team is formed by more than 30 professionals with over 15 years of experience. So as aforementioned, we offer our own solutions, which are divided into suites. One of them is the suite eSign, whose main feature is the digital signature. And within this suite, we may find eSign Facturae, available for both Business Central and Finance operations. And this solution is able to generate and sign digital invoices. On the other hand, we may find eSign ePDF, which is available only for Business Central. And this solution is able to digitally sign any PDF file. Nonetheless, these solutions will be deeply explained in another webinar. So the suite InTools includes InTranslate, InData Manager, InSelf-Setup, and InApps Analyzer. Today, we will focus on InData Manager, and we will deal with an explanation of the solution. And right after, we will proceed with a demo of InData Manager. So let's focus now on the explanation of the solution. As you may know, InData Manager modifies or deletes the system records. With this solution, the user will be able to make any modification, reversion of modification, or elimination and reversion of elimination of records. You can do all these modifications in a quite controlled way. So as aforementioned, we have developed a solution for each language, for each language available in app stores, and they function as follows. They are all a different application with different app IDs, but they depend on a general application, which is InData Manager in this case. This means that if we have the Spanish version of the solution, but we don't have the generic application installed, it won't work. Nonetheless, when we install one of these applications, the generic version should be installed automatically. But anyways, for you to know, if you have maybe the Spanish version of InData Manager and it won't work, it's because the generic version is not installed. And the main difference between the generic version and, for example, the Spanish version of the solution is that, for example, say that we have like 1,000 tables for the generic version in Data Manager, and we want to utilize the Spanish version of the solution. So the Spanish version will contain the 1,000 tables from the generic version, plus the specific tables for a given country, in this case, the Spanish version. So now let's show you our website Innova Online, which is crucial when setting up and managing the solution. So in the main visual interface of the site, you may find all the solutions provided by our company, as you can see. If we go into each solution, let me find InData Manager here. The web page will display an introduction here and a thorough tutorial of the solution. Also, the user will be able to analyze the different plans available, as you can see displayed right now. And also, it is important to mention that all our solutions can be downloaded at Microsoft Marketplace App Stores, and only by registering our site you will be able to utilize them. So let's log in with a real account now for you to see what can you expect when registering our site. Okay. So this right here is a customer ID, and it is essential since afterwards we will have to introduce it in the setup wizard, and also we will need it in order to do some modifications or eliminations within the application. Also, in this visual interface, we can also check which solutions we have available in our user, like this. And if we get into each solution, let me find in data here, we can find the download link for the solution, and also the hired plan and the recommended plan according to the use of that solution. So let's proceed now with the demo. All right, let me refresh it. Just hold on for a second. I want to verify everything's correct now. Okay. Cool. Let's dig in. So as aforementioned, this solution allows the user to do exactly the same as Object Designer used to do. If we need to change any information in a table, since it was not possible to do that from our system, we had to use Object Designer and create a new process to do this work for us. For this scenario, we have created a new solution that in a simpler way, it allows the user to do these modifications or deletions of the records. It is mainly aimed at developers, since if there's any modification or deletion to do of any system record, we must know exactly what we have to do. So likewise in Translate, we will need a customer ID, which can be obtained through our portal in Innova Online, as I have just shown you. And in this customer ID is key in order to properly utilize the solution. So for security reasons, this ID must be introduced in every modification or deletion we do. So in the role center, we will find the changes templates and the deletions templates. In this case, we will start with the changes templates. Okay, so the four first templates we have are right here are predetermined by our solution, and these are created in order to do, for example, a modification of, say, a sales invoice. But for this demo, we have created an additional template to modify the information of a customer. But again, you can create as many templates as you want. So in order to get into it, we will go to the table settings through Navigate and table settings. And in this visual interface, we can configure the tables, filters, and fields we want to modify. So in this case, I want to modify the customer number 10,000, and I want to see or modify its number and name. So once all these of this information is introduced, we can go to the changes matrix. And we have to select load data to modify. Now displayed, we can see the data we have filtered to be modified, and we can do some modifications like this. Let me just add, for example, test right here. And now we can save the modification. And in order to confirm this modification, we will need to introduce the customer ID. Okay, that's correct. And let's confirm it. And now we are going to check that the change has been indeed completed. Let's go to the customers list. Okay. All right. So now displayed we have all the customer list, and as we can see here, right here, the name has been modified, like test. So let's go back. All right. So if you want to reverse that modification because maybe it has been a mistake or there's something wrong with it, we can go to the same template, and we can select the changes executed right here. So we have to go to the last one because it's the most of the updated change we have done. But in case that you have also the date. In this case, if you have, for example, two different changes with the same date, you have to go to the last one because it's the most updated one. So we have selected this one, and through actions, we can revert the changes. Again, it will ask for the customer ID as a confirmation. And now we're going to check whether this change has been reverted. Let's go to customers. And now the customer number 10,000 is again with the original name. So the modification has been correctly reverted. So for the deletions templates, we are going to use the same template as we use for the modifications. But this time we want to delete a customer instead of modifying any information from it. So let's go to table settings. We have the table customer, and in this case we only have to input the table we want to delete and the filters. So the table is the customer, and the filter in this case is the customer with number 10,000, the very same one. In this case, if we don't filter it, the solution would display a list of all our customers, and that's why we need to be very careful with Data Manager. So let's go to the deletions matrix. And now we have to load the data to delete in this case. And it will display the information we have previously configured, as you can see displayed right now. So now we can delete the records from the system. And again, it will ask for the customer ID. Let's input it, introduce it, and confirm it. Okay, now we can go to our customer list to check whether the customer is erased. Okay. And as you can see, the customer 10,000 is not there anymore. But now we are going to revert that deletion. To do so, we have to go to the deletions executed in the very same template. And again, select the last one on the list, since again, that's the most updated one. And now we have to revert the deletion. Let's input the customer ID, again, for security reasons. And now let's check whether the customer is again in our list. What's that here? Customers. And now, as you can see, the customer number 2000 is again on our list. So that would be mainly what our solution is able to do. So if you have any question or doubt, you can now use the chat section, or if you prefer, you can send me an email. So if you don't have any other questions, we can finish this session. We hope you found it useful, and see you next time.